if you've been around before, you know that I don't literally mean everyone. There are absolutely circumstances under which live streaming doesn't make any sense for you, but you would be able to determine that kind of based on the stuff we're going to talk about after this everyone thing. But what I mean by everyone is that a lot of times we select ourselves out of something by thinking that, oh, only this type of person or only that type of person does this technology or that technology or the other. And the reality here is that live streaming is something that any business can do, anyone who has any type of business can do, whether you are selling retail, whether you have your own storefront, whether you are in manufacturing, whether you are, it genuinely doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, who your customers are, whether you're B2B, whether you're B2C, it does not matter. Anybody can live stream. Anyone can live stream. And the reason why I would say is who anyone should live stream or everyone should live stream is because what live streaming does is that it removes the barrier of editing. So I can take the content that I have right now and edit it and change it into something else other than what it is. Maybe I can take the opportunity to do a script and read one line at a time and do really good edits and add in things that are sliding on the screen and do all. And matter of fact, I can do all of that stuff with a live stream as well, but that's just a separate technological thing that I have a hard enough time with the technology I got right now. Actually, we're starting a little bit late this Monday. I give myself a little bit of around 10 a.m. leeway with you guys because like I'm not even on my computer right now. I'm on a different computer because my computer was just acting straight up ridiculous. Like it would not participate. My browser wouldn't load. And of course, I mean, it's been giving me problems for the past couple of weeks. So I was not surprised, which is one of the reasons I got on I'm not as later than I am, is because I actually tried to start early, knowing that I would probably have some sort of issue. And I indeed had some sort of issue. And so anyway, the reason why I say that, you know, basically it's the best way to do it is because you can avoid the perils of edit procrastination. So when you do a video that's not live, what we have people tend to do or want to do is to want to take the time to edit and take the time to go over it. And they want to add in bottom thirds. I'm looking at the screen right now they want to add in that thing at the bottom of the screen that has their name and their logo and all of those things. And as nice as those things are, and as much as they are useful, if you're stopping yourself from doing video because you're waiting for those things to be perfect, then that's a problem. And I want you all to be thinking proactively about not having the video itself be the barrier to entry. In all reality, live streaming is the best way for you to not have to wait until everything is perfect and not have to wait until you have a redesigned logo and not have to wait until fill in the blank other things are going on. I'm in the process right now of rebranding my business. We're actually launching the new brand in January, and this quarter, which officially starts tomorrow, this quarter inside of my business, on my business Facebook page, which is currently laurenloftsocial.com. On my business page, I am going to be, you know, teasing out the different things that we're going to be doing in the coming year, all of the stuff that's going to be coming up, the different programs that I'm going to be running. I'm going to be teasing all those things over there, but the reason why I bring up this live thing is that if I were caught up on making sure everything was perfect and making sure everything was edited and making sure that everything was exactly just so, I wouldn't do it. Because in all reality, I don't have a ton of time. I don't have a professional video editor. I don't have, you know, there's so many things that I don't have, that if I didn't do live video and if I didn't do, you know, kind of get over myself, as I tell you guys, I say that all the time. You need to get over yourself. People come to me and meet me in person and I say, okay, now that you've gotten that off of your chest, let's get over yourself. Because in all reality, we tend to be the person stopping us from being successful. So you in your business, a lot of times, this is just a common business issue. The owner of the business is the person who blocks everyone else from being successful, because we have a tendency to want everything to be perfect, want everything to be just so. We want everything to be, you know, exactly placed, every hair to be in the right spot, our voices to be, you know, with the great microphone. We want all of the things to be perfect before we start. And in all reality, it's not that important to our customers. There are very few of us for whom our customer cares about the quality of our videos so much that they would not work with us as business people. I'm not even saying, like, if you are a videographer, different conversation. But if you are doing, selling soap, you're telling me that you have people who are your customers who would not work with you as a soap maker because your videos are not like professionally produced. That's what you're saying. And as you realize that that sounds crazy, okay, it does, then what I want you to recognize is that for the most of us, that's not the case. And on top of that, this video don't look that bad, man. Like, this is not horrible. I have a camera. I think I paid $89 for it. I'm not using the webcam on the computer so that I can have just a little bit better of a camera than the one that's on my computer. And my computer, the camera is really bad. At least on the computer I'm using right now is a Chromebook. And so it's a newer computer than mine, and the camera's a little bit better. But even still, the little plug-in camera that I got that's on a tripod sitting behind my computer is so easy and stupid, and it's just cheap and get started kind of cheap. Like, just do it. Just do the work kind of cheap. And that's what we want you to be doing with live streaming. That's the why, and that's the why. Who is anybody, okay? Anybody can be doing live stream. How? Okay, so I get asked how a lot, and I've actually done a tutorial on how to do Facebook Live. So if you want to go back and watch one of the other Marketing Mondays, where it has information on specifically how to do a Facebook Live, you can watch that. I show you from the inside, like I pre-recorded it, shows you how I went live and all that good stuff. My number one recommendation is that you don't go live here first. So everyone who you'll see people going live on their phones on a regular basis. Now, the reason why I don't like going live on my phone is because the camera that's on the front of your phone isn't nearly as good as the camera that's on the back. That's my fingerprint reader. But the camera that's on the back is this one's not nearly as good as the one back here. And because of that, you're going to have a lower quality video, meaning that the video won't be viewable as well. Like, it won't be viewable as well as if you were using the back camera. If you're going to use the back camera, that's fine. Get yourself a tripod, set it up, and go. The problem with using the back camera is that in order to go live, you're going to need to see your screen so that you can see, like, when it says, type in there what your live is going to be about. Like, you're going to need to see it and then set it up, which means essentially you're going to have to go live before you set your camera up. And the first maybe 15, 20 seconds of your live is going to be you setting the camera down and stepping away from the camera. Even though you do get a countdown, but the countdown is not that long. It's like 5 seconds. You don't have a ton of time. And so it makes it complicated because you could easily end up with the first few seconds of your live just being ridiculous. And a lot of people will use their front-facing camera, and you see it all the time. You see it here on the SBDC page. And if you're at an event, please go live and use your camera on your phone and go for it, no problem. But if you're not going live at an event, then it's better to use a webcam or I have just a separate webcam. So it's a webcam, it's just separate from my computer. Use a webcam and go live from a laptop. I highly recommend going live from a laptop because you have a full keyboard. You can type out everything that you want to type out. Make sure that you don't have any punctuation or spelling errors. You can get your entire message across. There's a lot more that you can do on a computer than you can do on your phone. And that's pretty much how I suggest everyone do their social media, is that you want to put yourself in the best position possible, meaning that if you're on your computer doing your digital marketing, whether it's, going live or anything else, you have more control. Every app has more available controls on a computer than you'll get on your phone. Every single one. With the exception of Instagram. Literally, Instagram's the only one that you get more options on your phone than you do on a computer. And that's because Instagram doesn't want you to use your computer. That was how it was created. It was created to be a phone app. And so even though they have a computer version, the computer version is completely crap. Like, you can't use it to do anything. But every other social media platform out there this is not going to be as good as a computer. So make sure that you're using your computer to go live as much as you can, because it will actually improve the quality of your live. It'll improve the quality of your experience. It'll give you more time to prepare. You can do things like have notes in front of you, because you have space between you and the machine and that sort of thing, versus if you're holding your phone at arm's length, you know, there's all sorts of problems with what are you going to hold the other thing in this hand? Are you going to hold the phone in this hand, hold your notes in this hand? Your notes are going to be on screen the entire time. It's just a much better idea to go live on a machine. So that's the idea of like how to go live. Watch the tutorial. It'll show you the mechanics of how to go live. But to me, I would say a computer over a phone any day of the week, and kind of I don't want to say be strategic, but be smart about it. Because it's not really about strategy. It's just about being a little bit smart about how you approach using your devices. Use this one if you're mobile and you have to do it mobile. That's fine. People expect that for an event. But if you're doing something more along the lines of what I'm doing here, it's a little bit better. It shows better. It looks better if you're on a machine, on a computer. Okay, so the other how is, so there's how, as in what kind of device to use, or the mechanics, which I show you in another video. And then the how of like, how, like, what do I say or whatever. And the answer to that is to be prepared. Like, figure out what it is you're going to say in advance, write it out, and don't script it out. Just give yourself some bullet points so that you know what you're going to cover, and then have those written in front of you so that you can be prepared. I occasionally get lost on a train and I'm like going off, and you guys probably have seen me do that before, but there's nothing wrong with that, because I have the ability to look down and see what my next topic is. The other how, so be prepared, know in advance what you're going to say. Even though the video is live, you do not have to respond to people live on the comment section. You guys will notice I rarely do that. And it's because I get really distracted by that. And what research has shown, like, I mean, live's been around for a while, live streaming, is that unless you're doing, there's certain types of lives that work where you respond to the community. Most of those are inside of groups. So if you're going live inside of a Facebook group, or if you're going live in a community, then yes, people will want you to acknowledge them and all those things. And you can do that. But even those who are in the community get bothered by the constant interruption of saying hi to people. And so it gets a little cumbersome both for you to do, and then there's the, oh, I missed that person, or I forgot to say hi to, you know, Beth, she was in too. Well, if you just don't do that, it makes it a lot easier. And people will do the whole hi. People do that all the time when I'm doing live. They'll be hello. And I'll give you an example of why I ignore the comments. Another reason why I ignore the comments during live is that I routinely, when I post these lives, there'll be 1 or 2 people watching while I'm live. Like right now, there's probably 1 or 2 people watching, and that's fine. Great. I do live to 1 person, and I'm totally okay with it, because I know that over the course of the next week or two, 200 people are going to watch it. But right now, there may be only 1 or 2 people. And what I've had happen in the past is that someone will come into the comment section and then notice that there's only 1 or 2 people watching, and then try to get me off topic. So they'll have questions that have nothing to do with live streaming. And so they're asking their questions in the comments. And if I'm reading the comments, then what ends up happening is that I go off topic. Well, I prepared a topic, and so I do not want to put myself in a position to get so far off topic that I don't finish the point of me showing up in the first place, okay? So you want to essentially do the same thing. Give yourself an idea of what you're going to say. Pay attention to your audience if you can. And if you're the kind of person who is easily distracted, then don't even try it. The other thing is that when you're on one of these and you're going live, your comments, especially if you're using your front-facing camera, your comments are streaming. There, people are like, you can see the hearts, you can see the streams like on your screen, which if they're moving fast enough, it can be very difficult to respond. And so what I always guarantee everyone is that I will come back after this and answer any questions that you have. Instead of me trying to watch and look and see what you're saying right now, drop your comments in, ask your questions about going live, and I will be happy to answer them after I'm done. Because if I try to stop and answer them right now, I may end up getting derailed, not because you're trying to derail me, but because I'm a fan of giving examples and things like that. And if I start doing that, then I might get derailed and go way longer than, you know, our audience really likes. It's just, you know, we have to measure immediate responses to people against the overall value of doing a live. And to me, the overall value of having the content out there is higher than the immediate just saying hi back to Beth. You know, I would just, you know, Beth doesn't care if I say hi to her. She knows. I said kind of hi for life forever ago. So that's the idea there. So just don't get too caught up on having to say hi and respond to every single person, because if you do that, depending on your audience, that might be something that's a little off-putting to them. And I have had people say that they hate that when they go to a live and it's just 20 minutes of, oh, hey, Becky. Hi, Jennifer. Hi. Yes. No, I don't like that either. And so I don't do it. And I don't encourage you to do it. So those are kind of the hows. Where should you go live? I have a standard setup. So I'm in my office right now at my home. I go live from here. I have gone live with Beth in her home. I have gone live at the SBDC in an office, like in an office there at the SBDC at Lorain County Community College. I have gone live. I've gone live mobile, but I just, even when I go live, like at a cafe or whatever, I'll use the webcam, but I will not use my phone. I just find it so uncomfortable to have to either hold the phone and respond immediately to people. I'm going to try to work on getting over that for Instagram, because I know that the Instagram Live platform is a really good one to use. It's very useful to people. And again, they only let you do it on the phone. And so because Instagram does only let you go live on the phone, on some level, I'm going to have to get over that and kind of, you know, deal with my emotional problems with having like stuff on the screen and not being able to see everything and having to type, like swipe on my keyboard on the screen. I just don't like to do that because I am dyslexic, and I tell people that so that they know when random letters and characters come up that that's what's going on. But on top of that, it's hard for me to, the autocorrect is just horrible for me. I'm like, I have no idea. Sometimes I look down and I'll text someone and go, that is not what I said. And so, and I know that happens. So because it does happen, I'm very wary about doing business related lives and, you know, Instagramming and all those things from my phone. I do not do my Instagram, my regular everyday business Instagram rarely happens on my phone. I will schedule it out using an app so that I can review it using my computer, but I do not use my phone. So that's kind of a weird situation. But I would say if you're out at an event or something like that, one of the things that you can do is capture the video live and then come back and edit it and then post it as a live. There are many ways to do that. There's software that you can use to do that. I will drop a software option down in the comments section so that you can actually post your video as if it's live. And I don't think you can do it to Instagram yet, but you can do it to a bunch of other platforms where you're essentially posting the video like you're live, but you're not live because you've taken the shots wherever you are and then you're editing them and making sure they look good and your caption's great and all that stuff, and then posting it later. So that's also a completely reasonable thing to do. And if you are out, again, you always have the option of just doing a regular story and not going live. You can do stories without having it to have to be live, okay? There's lots of ways to get around this, okay? So when should you live stream? I am a fan of doing a regularly scheduled program. And the reason why I like that is because people are used to programming mindset. So if we give everyone like a 10 a.m. on Monday time that they can come and watch me do a digital marketing, you know, tutorial or talk about a concept, that makes it significantly more likely that they're actually going to like come and watch at 10 a.m. Or at the very least, what it does is that it gives Facebook's algorithm ammunition. And I've talked about this before. All of these algorithms are just needing ammunition. They need our content in order to deliver it to the audiences. And so if we are consistent about when we're putting our content out there, that gives them the ammunition that they need in order to post the content to the audiences whenever it's like appropriate for them to see it. So I've said it before, again, I'll say it again because I know not everybody who's watching right now has watched other videos that I have. Some of you are brand new, and if you are, you know, you wouldn't have heard me say whatever I'm about to say before. But a lot of people tell me, oh, I love your Tuesday. Someone said to me just this week, I love your Tuesday lives. And I'm like, thank you. And I was like, but just for good measure, to prove a point, I don't record them on Tuesdays. I record them on Mondays. They go live on Monday. But the way that the algorithm serves them the content is that they get it on Tuesdays. My partner gets it at his lunch break. He sees it every single Monday. He tells me how I did, and it delivers to him on Monday at his lunch break at where he works. He pulls up Facebook while he's eating, and he's like, first thing I see almost every time is your live. And I'm like, there you go. That is not because I'm recording it at that time. He is not eating lunch right now, but it's because that's when Facebook delivers that content to him. There are other people who see it at 2 p.m. Tuesday. That seems to be like a really randomly regular time that people see these lives. And I would say this might be a comment challenge today. Tell me what time it is when you are seeing this. What time is it? So write in the comments below what day of the week and what time are you seeing this live? Because we do get somewhere near 100 people who see it the first week, like within the first 4 days of me going live. A good number of people are going to see it. Well, there you go. But they're not seeing it right now. There's not 100 people on right now. Okay, one last thing, and then I'm going to let you go because I'm trying to make sure I'm at 30 minutes. But live, to me, one of the best things about going live is not just that you don't have to edit, but that because the number of people watching you is really low, especially when you first start, there's no reason to be nervous and jittery and things like that. There are so many people who are like, well, I can't go live because I'm scared. There's too many people and people are going to see me. Like, they get really, really caught up on the visibility aspects of it. They get nervous about the fact that people are seeing them, who's seeing them, what do they look like to people, all of those things. They get really caught up on that. And I would say dispense of that right now, because only 1 or 2 people is watching you at any given time when you're live. The majority of people who are going to see your live video are going to see it afterwards. And so if you're concerned about how you look or whatever, you can always go back and watch the live. And if you hate it, you can delete it. You are not a celebrity. People are not waiting to stalk you and capture every second of everything that you're saying. That is not happening in real life. And so because it's not your real life, go ahead and go live. Get it out of the way. Do the thing. Write yourself a little note card or a post-it note of what it is you're going to say. Plan it out. Pick a date and time that you can stick to and go live. And this is not a go live on Facebook or a go live on, this is a go live wherever you want to go live. Live streaming is not just a Facebook thing. You can live stream on every platform now. It's not widely available on LinkedIn yet, but it will be in 2020. And so if you start getting used to live streaming, for those of us who are professionals, who have clients who are other business professionals, or if you're in the B2B space, LinkedIn is going to be a fantastic place for you to go live with video. Once that becomes available to everyone, it's again only being rolled out to certain people right now. And so I want you to really think about this and be strategic and smart and use live streaming however you can. There's lots of software out there to help you along the way, but you can also just keep it simple and use a webcam, or use the webcam on your computer, use your phone, but get it out there, go live. I believe in you. You can do it. Okay, so if you have any questions, you want any help with any of this, please let me know. You can always click the link above to messenger our page to get more information about how to book an appointment with me one-on-one, and you will be able to do that pretty much immediately. I have times available. I think I still have times available in October, but I know November is available because someone just picked the November date just earlier today. So yes, please go ahead and messenger page so that you can book an appointment with me. And I will see you guys again next Monday. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye. Oh, wait, I'm doing the thing. Okay. Have a great week. Bye.